Hey, everybody, welcome to Spill Community. We're on a different day and time. Welcome to Saturday mornings with us. I'm excited to be here. What an episode this week. Brandon Copper Kettle.
I had to go Copper Kettle for this last time in ode to one of the greatest Survivor, can't say players, but one of the greatest personalities of Survivor in history, Coach Wade. RIP, Copper Kettle was the name. He dawned upon me. He knighted me with an actual sword and said, "You are the Copper Kettle. You remind me of the Japanese warrior from the 3rd century," and knighted me. So,
Well,
Copper.
don't take away Coach's like flowers. He kind of was pretty epic. I mean, it's not you're like he's not the greatest. He's one of the greats.
No, he is. He is. I think somebody who I wanted to have on my screen. I mean, I tried to figure out his legacy for just the season alone, and there was like 5 things: the haikus, the stealing of the key after saying he's loyal, knighting people. Like, he's got a repertoire of greatness. He's his own soundtrack. And I'll listen to it.
I don't know if I would say greatness. I don't know if I would say greatness. It was absurdity a bit. But he brought a lot. He did bring a lot to the program. I know that you have this thing with him.
Listen to me. We should have this whole show, all 60 minutes, be of Coach Wade. And I would like to start that with a song that I wrote.
Okay. Not even going to introduce Laura. You're just going to go right into a haiku on us?
What about Laura?
What are you trying to say?
Would you like to introduce her?
I'll introduce her, but I would like to talk about Coach Wade for a lot more. Laura Engel.
Back to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Engel is our Vanua Fan of the Week. She is a bartender. I believe, was it Maryland? Is it ask her if it's Maryland. I don't think she can hear me.
Is it Maryland?
Maryland, yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, so Laura, I'm gonna let you guys talk to her. All I want to talk about is Coach Wade. So go ahead.
So all right. I'll give you a minute. If you don't behave, I'm gonna put you in the corner.
Okay, put me on a hammock for the episode, because Coach Wade, as Rizzo even said, RAZGOD, baby, that's me. He said you and Emily agreed. That look, her eye rolling and her shaking her head no, she agrees. Like, everybody should look up to Coach. The idol, Rizzo said, which again, that's jury pandering right now, baby. And we'll talk on Monday about jury pandering in our special 9 p.m. Eastern time episode with Bentley, about how Rizzo is already considering Coach's jury vote. And we'll be seeing Rizzo talk to Coach and say how great Coach did, as tribals will go on for the next couple weeks just to get his vote at the end.
But
it's gonna
crazy happen. Like Cooper. This was a really interesting episode. Like, so much happened, and we love Coach, but you know what? Just for the sake of the episode and what we got going on, just for your own good, maybe you should just go sit in the hammock.
I'm like,
just for your own good, just for this part, this episode.
Can I whisper haikus to myself?
Really quietly. Just we want to.
All right, I'll go to the hammock.
You gotta go do something, because it's not okay. It's just not okay anymore.
We're definitely gonna talk about.
We're gonna go get pictures.
So many things.
We're out. Love you.
I don't even know what he's doing right now. He's losing it.
It's like
pictures first.
I still can't hear him on my mic, but it's like he was put in timeout already.
He's already in timeout. Go. Bye. Go to the hammock. Write a haiku. Bye. Just get rid of him. I can't deal with it. It's too much. It's just too much.
Too much Coach, too much copper kettle in Coach. But there's a lot to be said about Coach today. Bree, kick us off officially.
Okay, so we're going to dive into this episode. I don't know what all that was, but I love it. We've got comments coming in already. Chrissy told Suri to vote out Rizzo. Suri said, keep my husband's name out of her mouth. All right, I like it. Fuqua here giving us his lowdown already. He's excited this episode. We are too. It was a big episode. It was a one of these first kind of episodes where we did this randomly strange double elimination they were chained together and both of them hit the road. Coach walked off into the sunset, haikuing his way back to his hometown hammock, and Chrissy along with him. I don't know. I actually loved this episode. I loved it for not because they did something strange, but because Suri was so smart and got herself on Exile and missed all of it. Didn't have to be put up for elimination. Comes back and destroys all of the plans. It was like an ode to Suri, in my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Johnville, what do you think? You're muted, but you look great. I still can't. There you are. We can't hear you. What happened? Is this your ode to Coach?
Oh no, it's
there
great.
You are.
Start with Lyra.
I got you.
Start with Lyra. I'll come back. But first of all, I do want to thank you, Lyra, for coming in today. So sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon and Alex can't be here. We've gotten rid of Brandon. We just couldn't help ourselves. Sometimes you just have to move people off and into the sunset, just like we had to do with Coach. You know, he wasn't even the main focus of this vote. But Laura, what did you think about how they did the vote this week?
Okay, so I thought it was a super interesting twist that they made everybody make all of the decisions without telling them exactly what was going on. I mean, in the past, the only times we've seen people paired up are for reward challenges. So they had no idea what they were getting into, even when they were all putting their names or their shots in the dark into the bag to be chosen to not compete. Or to how to pair up with each other. I thought it was really interesting that a lot of people that were in alliances didn't necessarily pair up with people from their alliances, which I thought was smart going into it, not knowing exactly how everything was going to play out. You know, Ozzy paired with Stephanie and Christian paired with Jonathan, and a lot of people were kind of intermingling within alliances that and with people that they didn't really have game strategy with. I think Suri got super lucky with Coach pulling her name and her shot in the dark out of that hat. Although that challenge with all of the coconuts on the beach seemed daunting. I mean, I would have taken one look at that and I would have just been like, oh my gosh. I kind of want to know how close to the hourglass finish, they never showed it, she actually found that coconut.
I have all kinds of opinions
well
on
down
that.
the beach.
I wanted to cry for her
by the time that she found it. But boy, did she come back and show us why we all love Suri and her strategic gameplay and whip those votes the way that she wanted them to go at Tribal. And yeah, she was like, Devins, Aubrey, we can save them for later. And Rizzo, you're throwing Rizzo's name out? Okay, now you got to go for real.
Her relationship with Rizzo,
I think
so pure.
It really showed us all why Suri has always been one of the greatest greats of strategical gameplay. And even on a season like 50, where all these people have either played with her before or have watched her so many times, they are all still listening. They're all still listening to her, which I think is just another testament to the way that she interacts and talks with people and makes them feel so good around her.
100%.
In her alliance or not in her alliance.
Yep.
She just makes everybody feel so good. They all listen. That's
How
incredible.
she does that, I don't know. I want to throw it over to Johnville because I know she's got a lot to say.
Not a lot. Lara, I want to say I agree with you. I don't know if you've been watching since the start of this season. I wasn't against Suri because I love Suri when she's not on a season with Ozzy. But the last time she was with Ozzy, Shaq stabbed him and got him out. And I was like, I can't trust you. Stop trying to align with him. I thought she was going to take him out. But now that I see she is True Blue, she is Rizzo, I'm like, okay, we're good. Like, if Ozzy didn't win, she was my number 2 pick. So, like, we're all good. But one thing about Suri, and I want to speak to what you said about, like, it's crazy that people still listen to her. I'm going to say that is to their own chagrin. People love her. People respect her. People are thinking, we could take Suri to the near end. Because I feel like this is what they think. We can get her all the way to the end. She's not going to win an immunity challenge. Like, that's not her strength. So we can take her out way later. But for now, it's easier to keep her because she can, if you can get Suri, you can get the vote. And so they feel like she's a strategic, like, because people trust and believe in her. So, like, now I'm thinking that I think Suri, guys. I know I've been, and I'm still diehard Ozzy. I'm going to keep voting Ozzy until we get to the very end, until it doesn't happen. But I have to say that I think that Suri is well positioned to win, or Rizzo or Ozzy. It's my whole team of happiness, guys. I can't believe this is happening.
Happiness. I hear you. No, I agree. I think that you have to see the dangers in Suri, but there's something about what she does when she comes. It's the way in which she talks to people that puts them under a spell, and they're just like, okay. I literally just watched Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Woody Harrelson, he does this like hypnotized thing, and he just immediately clicks his finger and they just do whatever he tells them to do. And I'm just like, this is Suri. She has her whatever that she does, and they just fall right in line, and they don't even know that they're being so manipulated.
I have never paused my TA. I don't know about all my Survivor fans out there. I have never paused my TV this many times to be like, no way. Oh my goodness. Suri. Ozzy's like, well, I was definitely going to go the other way. I'm like, thank you, Suri. Oh, what if she didn't make it back? Oh, and she flipped over that coconut. Every time they showed that coconut behind her, my tears just welled up like, please, no. Oh my gosh. I'm quick to the comment. Fuqua, a prediction that Tiffany is going to win. I would love that. I mean, that would be great too. Tiffany is as deserving as every other survivor out here on this island. She is playing. She avoided. I mean, she aligned herself well. That worked out, but she avoided getting put out today. And I hated that her name even came back up because I'm like, she's not even a threat. You guys have real life threats sitting literally next to you, and you're just going to be like, maybe Tiffany. I was very disappointed in that. But yeah, that's an interesting prediction that I respect. And yes, Jay, it was sad to see Coach go, but he has no honor, in my opinion, and Brandon and Alex aren't here to tell me otherwise. So I'm going to say it with my chest. He stole Ozzy's like key at the very beginning. And then he had at the beginning of this episode. Okay, you all saw it. He goes, that wasn't me. I'm not the one who orchestrated that, Tiffany. It's fine. How is that honorable? It was you, Coach. I do still love Coach. I follow him. He's great. But like in that moment, it was you. Okay, I'm done.
No, I agree. And I don't know if I love Tiffany. I just watched a clip that she did where she was talking. They were saying, how did you get all that stuff tied? Did you see that clip? And she was like, double Dutch. I did double Dutch. And if you know how that goes,
Girl.
You have to. I was like, the second she said that, it all made sense.
I was like, yes, that is what I'm talking about. Because as soon as she hit those ropes, I said, ooh, baby, she's gonna get this so fast. That girl unties ropes. I didn't even think about double Dutch, but I was like, she unties ropes so quickly. She's like, let's go. I'm like,
she's like, it's like that was the training I had. Laura, what did you think of that? I thought it was hysterical. I love that response.
Oh, she whipped through those knots. I honestly expected a little mini like confessional after that on that episode. I really did expect like a little snippet from her in that, but man, I couldn't believe they didn't highlight that more for her team because woo, she just whipped it.
Who can whip it as fast as Tiffany?
Nobody.
Just
Not anybody now.
I did double dutch. It's me.
Definitely not anybody in that challenge.
Coach
The
disappointed
challenge
me
was
today.
interesting. Yeah, that was a coach was not liking that challenge. That was tough on him.
He's so tall. I think he could have just stood up and tapped it in there. I'm like, Coach.
Yeah, that wasn't his. He's like, I don't play basketball. I'm like, I don't either, but I could have done. Like, come on.
Like Aubrey beat you. Aubrey's great. Come on.
I know. Well, and then and the thing with that particular part of the challenge, it's not getting the ball in that's usually the hard part. It's running through the ropes fast enough to catch the ball on the other side, which no one seemed to have that big a problem with this time. It was all about throwing the ball through the I don't know what that was about. But I like the two-part challenges. I like that, you know, you have to get through the first part fast to get to the second part. You know, the ball maze. I mean, I'm okay with that. I think it's kind of overdone, but I do like it. I like that better than shimmying it up the snake to get to the top and drop in the hole. I don't know why I don't like that one. It bugs me. I don't know, but I like the maze. Yeah.
Sorry, Survivor. I know I've never done it, but I think it's too easy.
Right.
And Jay, I do agree that Coach is a great TV. But again, did you all see Oscar? Did you see him pull out that first round win?
Oh yeah.
Lara, you have anything to say about anything, Oscar? I mean, anything.
If Christian wouldn't have messed up that one step, him and Jonathan really might have been in it because they were right on the tails. They were so close. And Jonathan goes, Christian, we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. And if they would have gotten every single one of them right, I think we could have seen them in that final 3 of the immunity challenge because they were right there. They were just a hair shy. I mean, but that's how it goes on Survivor, you know? Like, sometimes one mistake can cost you the game. And for them, this episode, it cost them that immunity challenge, I think, for sure.
Thankfully, not the full $1 million, but whew.
Yeah.
Well,
and then Tiffany and Joe, I mean, that was, in my opinion, the definition of, as Jeff would say, that's why you never give up on Survivor. I mean, they came from behind and they took that table maze and smashed it out of the park, which, by the way, looks heavy, so heavy. I mean, that table maze has got to be so incredibly heavy. But
I never even thought about it.
And
I always thought it was light as a feather.
They came back, and I think it was Joe that said, we're still in this, or like, we've still got this. And they just kind of centered themselves and they went right into it. They didn't panic. They kept their cool, and it ended up pulling out the win for them.
Yeah. Speaking of, you know, you mentioned it a little bit. I thought it was a good, that's why I like the challenges, because it's one of those challenges where it balances itself out, where you're good, where you're bad, and where you can come from behind to take a win, which we love to see. But there are some challenges that we didn't really get to see much of, and that was Cerie's challenge on the beach. Now, is it just me, or did anyone else find it a little bit strange that they didn't show the hourglass again after she flipped it? Like, how badly did they want Cirie to go back and work her magic?
Okay, hold on, pause. What we're not going to do today on this amazing ImmuniTEA is come for our Survivor producers. They are not cheating. Cirie made it. She did her big one. Oh, I wish I could tag at Cirie right now so she could just like hop on and be like, I did that. Like, all those tears, that was hard. It's because I worked my tush off for that. Was it just an hour? I never know how long is in an hour. I know an hourglass like makes you think an hour, but like it was a very large glass. So
It was a large glass. I'd love to know how much time they gave her for it. I do love the perseverance and the way she pushed through and the difficulty of it. Granted, very difficult, hot. You know, you don't have anyone else to rely on. You're running around, and it just seems like, besides the fact that it feels very overwhelming, I did just think it was a little bit strange. I'm not saying that they did anything and probably did it within the time, but I just thought it was, usually we get a flash to time running out, and we never got that. So I was bringing it to everyone's attention.
All right, we'll allow it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I follow Sari
I
on
love
Facebook,
Suri.
so I'm gonna message her and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I occasionally always do this podcast, and we need to have just a 5-minute conversation with you." And I'm gonna see if she's gonna show up. That is a really big, guys. Please know I have no actual connections. If this doesn't happen, it's not because I didn't try. Sari's very busy.
Well, speaking of connections, let's point out that last week on the episode, 2 of our hosts, we had Brandon and Bentley, both doing the one-arm challenge that Stephanie did. And I will tell you, we got feedback from Stephanie. She saw that and she thought it was amazing that we did that. Well, I didn't do it, but that the guys did it during that challenge, during our whole podcast. And she did want to point out, now I know we've kicked Copper Kettle to the curb. He's over on the hammock kind of hanging, but she noticed that Bentley's arm bent a couple of times, and if that happened, the bucket would have fallen, so that would have made Brandon the winner. So I'm nothing against Bentley. They were both amazing, but per Survivor rules,
Okay.
That's what would have happened. Appreciate that from Stephanie getting back to us, taking a look, checking it out. She loved it. She thought it was amazing. So we appreciate that. So Sari, hey, we'll take some feedback from you. Let us know, how long did they give you for that challenge, and how brutal was it? We saw your pain. We loved that you struggled, but that you overcame and you did it. Kudos to you. We're just questioning producers on how much time did they put on that.
And to be clear, Sari, when you watch this back and then you actually join us one day, when Bree so affectionately says "we," it's not me. I'm not questioning it. I trust you. But I do love.
She's my favorite. I adore her.
Yeah, you've been from day one. I kind of, don't. It wasn't that I didn't love her. I didn't love her, Ozzy. Anyway, Fuqua. Okay, I've never thought of this before, and I bet Sari and no one else ever thought of that before. No, the second comment, the one about Sari looking for the cameraman, here's how I imagine it happening. I imagine there's cameras all around, avoiding looking at each other, so that there's no one clear way, but they're like clearly covering the whole thing. So like in my brain, what you're saying is impossible. This is why I literally am going to just start messaging some of our favorite survivors and being like, look, I know you're busy, but I need 5 minutes. You could just clear some of these things up for us. Write that down as a question that we're going to ask. We need to know how these things work. This is important.
Wait, are you saying that she was this smart about this and she was looking for where they were? Because they did keep showing the Phoenix coconut
on one of the 50 cameras that they had out there.
How do you? That could have been 5 cameras.
That's my head. My head says there are 50. If you want it to be true, we have to get someone on.
But I think it's brilliant that she would think that.
That is genius. Fuqua, that is what happened.
That's genius.
That is a genius. My dumb brain. Gosh.
Laura, what do you think?
I didn't even think of that.
I've heard that sometimes that's how people have found hidden idols or clues as well, by looking to see where their cameras are in the jungle, because they always get it on tape. They always have them finding it. That's always
because they have their own personal person with them all the time. They have like a Hunger Games where they wear like the suits and they walk around recording everything. They've got their own person. You guys can't convince me of any of this. And we gotta, who has a really good in with the survivor? Who's best friends with the survivor?
We just need to know production people. That's what we know.
I'll call Jeff.
Speaking of production,
Jeff. Just ask Jeff.
One of my first thoughts when Sari got on that beach and seeing all those coconuts was, who in production got stuck with this job of putting all these coconuts out here?
And I paused it, and on the flip side, this just shows how different people think, because I paused my TV to tell my husband how I imagined they had like everybody in production with like 10 coconuts and 10 coconuts. Like in my head, there are 1 million people out there at all times. Like they are not alone in my head. So it's going to be my goal over the next few weeks to get one of our amazing season 50, a couple if possible, to just show up for a few minutes and shed some light on some of these questions. Yes. Before you start taking notes of some of these, like,
yes, we have so many questions.
I'm going to get someone. Hopefully we'll get to read. That's where we're starting, because
we'll get to read. I mean, I think these are fair questions. I mean, I do know a couple, so I could that weren't there on season 50, because I know season 50 is kind of in this contractual, we can only talk to so many people. But here's the thing, you can always post something on your social media responding to something else without actually appearing on that show. So Sari, if you feel the need to make your own post about this, we'd love to see it. We will promote it. I am a huge Sari fan. I think that she's
been voting for you since day one, Sari.
Yes, she's incredible. She's brought so much to the game, and we're so impressed with her game this season. I don't see her making a lot of mistakes, because the thing for me that's going to be really interesting, actually, after this vote, which I think she was mystifying everyone into getting them to vote the way she wanted to. However, is her name going to be in their mouth next episode? And that's what concerns me. No.
It will not. Sari is okay. First, I want to ask, because I have to say something about that. But Lara, I wanted to ask you, who's your day one? I have been Ozzy, Oscar, Ozzy since the day I walked on. Bree has 100% been Sari. Where do your loyalties lie?
Okay, so I'm a huge Sari fan as well. Also a huge Ozzy fan. So I've actually been rooting for both of them since the beginning. I loved when they decided to team up, and that now at this point it looks like it's a for real team.
It's a real team.
Because they have a lot of history in the game with each other. So do a lot of these other players. So for me, both of them could have really gone either way with each other, but I absolutely love the fact that they are 100% together at this point. And I also love the fact that they're with Rizzo.
Oh,
I think the three of them together are just incredible. Didn't have that on my bingo card, though. Did not have that on my Survivor bingo card. Sari, Ozzy, and Rizzo being, the alliance that would really kind of be maneuvering through a lot of this game together. But honestly, I would love that to be the final three. I would absolutely love for the three of them to end up sitting next to each other. And then at that point, I think it would be difficult for the jury to make some decisions on who they would think would win the game.
Yeah.
Because Sari and Ozzy bring something so different, but then I think they would have to give credit to Rizzo for the way that he's played this season and for getting that far if he makes it in the final three. I think they'd have to tip their hats to him as well for aligning with people that would have his back and that he could share things with, and that would also share things with him, because they don't really know him as a Survivor player, but they're giving him info. They're still giving him info. They're still locking him in as their, the third in their trio together. So I'm here for it. I absolutely love the three of them together. But yeah, I'm hoping this is the time that Sari walks away with her crown. I really am. I think she deserves it. She's grown so much over the course of Survivor. She's given so much to the Survivor community as well. She's super active with the Survivor community, and she does a lot. So
yeah, nope, I agree with that. Shout out to you. Your day one, Emily. I mean, I don't know that We have been talking about Flippin' Emily. We don't even call her Emily on this show anymore. We call her Flippin', and then remember that her name is Emily, and then we add it in because she's been doing. But hey, I can respect the gameplay. It's very likely. Anyone else in the comments want to say who their day one was?
Yeah, we'd love to hear. Who was your day one? Who are you been rooting for this whole time? You know, I love, you know, I've seen a lot of people talking about, they actually put Suri in 4th place and give Ozzy 2nd and Rizzo winning. I'm seeing that in some of the, you know, where people are guessing and trying to pick, but here's my thing with all of them. First of all, let's look at jury. And I believe in jury right now, Suri has 3 votes that are sitting. I think she has coach. I think she definitely has Chrissy. Right. I think that she is going to, and she definitely has D 100% will vote for Suri. So I think she is sitting on 3 votes in the jury right now.
Okay,
so
I agree.
I'm going to start looking at who we putting over there and who would they vote for? Who do I think they're going to vote for? If they voted right now, I think she has 3 votes. I don't think, I honestly, as much as Rizzo is playing, I don't know if.
Don't say it.
Well, I'd love to see him in the top 3. I mean, I really do. But if it comes down to like a Suri and Rizzo, Suri wins.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes down to an Ozzy and Rizzo,
Ozzy
maybe
wins.
more of a question in there, because Ozzy's a little more low key and he's not coming in with, I provide, I'm strong, I can do all these things, but not necessarily game strong, and relying on but being smart to rely on other people, but it's not building his resume as tightly as Rizzo, who's the new kid on the block. No one knows who he is. He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's that little kid that's always like, can I come, please pick me. And to get this far and this tight and do that, respect, right? So right. I think Ozzy has a harder time beating Rizzo. I don't think Suri has any problem beating Rizzo. That's my personal take on it right now. I'd love to see the 3 of them in there. I do have a feeling, and my call for the end, and I hate to say this, and because I love him so much.
Please don't.
I know. I think it's Suri, Rizzo, and Joe in the end.
I don't hate it, but I don't like that Ozzy's not there.
Like, I agree. I think in the end, I think there's a falling out with. They're not that they're tight right now, but I've seen the falling out. I've seen the, hey, I thought we were friends kind of stuff.
No,
coming out.
They're locked in. Suri, all I hope for is that Suri and Ozzy don't have to turn on each other. To see them genuinely playing a game of, now I'm going to use the word, to see them genuinely playing a game of honor with one another. Not where like at one, like I just hope it doesn't come to what I've seen so many times in the past, where it's like, well, if I want to win, I got to get him out. I don't want to see Ozzy turn on Suri. Like, it's too pure right now, and I don't want to see Suri turn on Ozzy. I want them both to make it, but if they don't make it, I would love for them to not make it by not turn. Like, I don't want them to vote for each other. Okay, I'm done. I'm about to cry. Stop.
I agree. I'd like to see them not turn on each other this season. And I think in the genuine conversations between them that we have seen, they've buried the hatchet from everything prior to this. And so I'd love to see neither one of them re-dig up that hatchet, so to speak, and take the other one out. I'm with you guys on that.
Here's how I see this. And I would love for them to stay true to the end and go to the end together, but I don't think that benefits Ozzy's game. I think it benefits Suri's game. I think if they go to the end, I know that, but I think if they go to the end together, Suri will beat Ozzy in that I think she will beat him.
Take her and accept his loss. Like, I would be so proud if it made it to that. I agree. She's gonna beat anybody.
He's still gonna get some money out of second place. However, I think the only way Ozzy beats Suri is that he has to cut her.
No, hear me out.
I'm just saying if he wants to win.
No, even okay. I think there's a way Ozzy can win. Let me throw this out there, and then we can move on. There is a way for Ozzy to win with Cirie at the end. Ozzy's strength is not right now. Okay, they're just now starting like individual challenges, and we're barely getting those. Ozzy thrives in showing his strength when it's time to like hold on. Like then he'll start winning. That's when his resume starts to build. Right now, it's not necessary to build that resume. So no, right now he does not have a resume that stacks up to Cirie's. So I think that if once we get to a point where he has to start winning to preserve his next step, when people start feeling him in their old souls, that is when he's going to show up, show out. And then that's when his resume builds. And then now he's got a resume that stands up to Cirie's resume. Do I think he can beat Cirie? I don't know. And it's not a takeaway from Ozzy. Y'all know I love Ozzy. Cirie is a mastermind, and seeing her walk back into this episode today and flip, you flip. It was crazy. Craziest thing I've seen. I'm so proud of her.
Like I said, magical stardust, whatever she's doing, it's just, I would love to, I mean, I know she's got kids. I would love to have just been like, see her parenting style, like write a book on that, please. Because the way you can go in and do stuff, like Cirie's guide to parenting your teens, right? Like she'll put them all in the right direction, doing the right things, but they'll say, God, I hate you, Mom. Like they've never said that to her either, because you know what I mean? It's just like, I got 4 kids. I know you're always constantly back and forth and you're trying to do the right thing for them, and they fight it so hard. And then if I could just bottle that up, put it in a book, let me bring, mine are all grown now, but you need to put that book out, Cirie's Guide to Parenting.
Lara, you have kids? Would you read it?
I don't have kids, and I would read
it.
You read it, right?
You have a dog you can parent?
I would completely read it. The way that she talks to people, it's always so calm. She seems so centered. She lets other people speak as well. She listens. She almost kind of invites people in like a alluring siren kind of way. She doesn't really ever speak frantically or aggressively. And I think that's part of why people are so drawn to her as well, and why people listen to her, just her communication style.
I love that. And we've seen her with her child, Jared, on Big Brother.
Yes.
And they have such a good, strong, pure relationship. But I don't care if it's television. Fine. I love her.
I follow both of them online, and they really are that close. They post a lot. They're together a lot. And
I remember when he showed up for one of the challenges, and he just was like, "Wow, he's so much bigger." He was graduating, I think, high school.
Yes.
And he's like scooping his mom up. I'm like, "Oh, we all love you." But can someone please, Fuqua put in the comments that we riot if Christian gets voted off. First of all, can someone please tell me, why do we love Christian so much? I love Christian. He's very smart. The way he did Mike White, wow. Like dagger to her. I watched the video with him there with when he watched the video. I saw him and he broke my heart again. But tell me why is he like, why are we expecting great things from Christian?
I don't know. Christian, he's the lovable dork, but really smart. You know what I mean? He plays he's so incredibly smart, but there's this charming niceness to him that hides the brilliance a little bit, and just you like him. It's like you always want a Christian in the room, because you need that. You need the intelligence. You need the quirkiness. He's definitely got a place in the group of where he needs to be, but I do think he's dangerous in that way as well. And so you can't keep him the whole game. I think that you get rid of very soon, because if anybody's going to start saying Cirie's name and Ozzy, if anyone's going to point to that trio, I think it will be Christian that points that out, because he was so quick on Mike White, and he sees and identifies, and he puts all of the pieces. He's the one that he knows that you dropped a piece on the floor and you're not going to be able to finish the puzzle, right? He knows that
steps
he
on it so
sees
you
it.
can't see
He's
it.
like, wait, there's 735 pieces on the table. We're missing 2, right? He can just look and know.
Yeah.
And so I think that I think you have to get rid of Christian, and I think you have to do it sooner than later at this point.
I agree.
Because I don't see any, who are the big threats that are
wanna see
really
him go.
left?
Why? Well, why not get rid of the big threats? Why? I don't know if I'm rioting if Christian goes. Fuqua, if you tell me why you're rioting, I don't know if I'm rioting, but I know I'm not pushing for him to get kicked off. I don't see a reason for it. He's very smart, but he's not going to win a ton of physical challenges. He's going to get the mental challenges. And even then, I've seen him not like beat other people. So he's like perfectly in the middle. So why do we want him to go home? I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's Christian's authenticity that really draws him in. I mean, he's just 100% himself. His quirky self. He's just that kind of person. Like you said, sometimes you really just need that person in the room with you. But I do agree that I think that he's going to be one that starts throwing out the Ozzy name, the Suri name.
He got to go
I think he's the one that's going to start being in the background plotting against who he thinks are the bigger targets for him.
I would have let him stay as long as he wants to stay. Like, you stay until the end for all I care, until you start throwing out Ozzy and Suri and Rizzo.
And I think he will do that. I think that's his. No one else is going to do that. I don't see any big threats. I don't think Aubrey, not Audrey, Aubrey. I got called out last night.
Just about to ask about Aubrey. Yes.
Aubrey, I don't think she is that big of a threat. I honestly don't. I don't. She doesn't. And it's not that she's not a good player. I don't think she has the right group with her in this game. I think that's what she's missing, is the right people to do the right moves with. So she's gonna have to really flip some people, maybe flipping. I don't know, but she's gonna have the right people. Jonathan, not a threat. Devon's actually, I don't know. He's kind of gotten a little goofy for me.
Why is no one talking about Devon's? Like,
I don't. Yeah. So I don't know. I think you can get rid of Devon's at any time. If they're not all looking at Suri right now, who bought like leagues above every other player that's out there. There's some she is magical. She has got Harry Potter's cloak. She is, the cloak of invisibility. Don't look at me.
Invisibility cloak. She got the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone, depending on which book you read.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh man, Suri.
Last episode, I feel like there was a lot of talk about the line in the sand that they said was drawn, but from how I see it, I think there's 3 kind of alliances. I don't think it's one hard line in the sand. I think you've got, especially after this vote out, you've got Stephanie, Joe, and Jonathan together. You've got Suri, Ozzy, and Rizzo together. And then you've got your Christian, Devins, and Emily together. And then you kind of have Aubrey and Tiffany on the outs.
Tiffany's in now.
She's kind of in with Joe. Yeah, so she's kind of in, but we haven't really seen how a lot of that is going to play out yet strategically, or if they've really kind of adopted her, because I don't know if Tiffany will play with Jonathan. I don't know if Tiffany's in with Jonathan like that. I think she's in with Joe like that.
Side alliance.
Yeah, I think that they've got some, just like how Stephanie and Suri kind of have their little side alliance connection. Yeah. But I kind of see a few different lines in the sand with a couple little mix-ups and a couple other little side connections. I think Tiffany does really have to get in there. And same thing with Aubrey. I think Aubrey's still really on the outs of having a group behind her back, which could make her an easy vote out. No one's pulling for you behind the scenes. I think it really depends on who wins immunity next week, or, how next week goes, whatever twist comes up next week. It's going to
be Jeff. If by the end cuts,
I know Jeff he's doing the whole.
I saw that, and I thought that it might be really interesting if there was some kind of twist going on, that if you are out of the challenge before Jeff, then you get some kind of penalty, or disadvantage. Because we've never seen Jeff compete in a challenge.
My mind was blown. It ended. I was like, excuse-moi? Let me rewind, because what? I'm real excited about next week. And Brie, I know you were saying at the beginning this double like elimination team thing blew my mind. I agree with you. I'm taking it way back to when you started. This was one of the best episodes I have seen in a long time. My heart was racing. And then, guys, he did it. Rick got the fake idol. He did it. I was on the floor. I was like, Rick!
I think he played it well.
Was it too early?
Was it too early? Do you think it was too early to play it, or did he absolutely have to play it at that moment?
I think he did, because while I think so, there was a point where I was like, okay, Sari has them locked in. And we were talking about how Sari came in and sprinkled her dust. But there was a point at Tribal where I was like, did that work? Because it did feel like it was not feeling like it was going to go the way we thought it was going to go. Because as soon as he said something about that idol, what happened? Live. It was a live Tribal. They got up, they started moving.
It was a long live Tribal too. It went on a long time. Well, of course we don't see that, but I've heard from the players obviously that were there. They said that was actually a very long live Tribal that they were going back and forth with.
Exactly. If they were already set, they would not have needed to do that. So that makes me think that if Devins did not do what he did and do it so masterfully, like, I don't need to show you anything. You take your chances. I'm like, man, like, and then he hit Emily. Who was he paired with?
Aubrey.
Then he hit Aubrey with, I can't use it. Aubrey, yes. I can't use it right now. To keep the illusion that it is a real idol. Rick Devins is a genius. He's right up there with Mr. Hubicki. They can say he's right in the middle, but that moment right there, Rick. It's the first time I found myself cheering for Rick, because I
wish he would have looked for maybe just a little longer, maybe like 20 seconds longer. Like he didn't exactly knew where it was.
He had the clue. He's the only one who found the clue, so he knew exactly where it was. He was just waiting for his opportunity to walk up and grab it.
That was the key part of that lie for people buying that lie, was the fact that he said, I had a clue.
Yeah.
So, I mean, otherwise you couldn't have
found a clue, because he's Rick Devins and everyone's going to believe that.
Oh yeah.
I like that it looked like he like threw down the rock or something when he pulled it out. It looks like he just like threw the rock out of the way.
I didn't even realize it wasn't a real rock until he Superman launched it. But like he did, he was like, move, rock. I was like, dang, that was fake. Okay, Rick Devins.
Now for next week, moving into next week, is he going to tell Aubrey that it's a fake idol?
No,
is he going to tell anybody?
Christian already knows it's a fake. He's the only one.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said that. That's another thing that made me think he was going to use it, because he literally whispers, he's like, I'm still, like, with his partner, I'm still voting for Devins. So, like, Devins knows that they are still going to vote for him. So I know Sari did her magic, but I, again, would love it if she were able to tell us a little bit more. Like, we might have to wait till it's over. But, like, I wonder if the plan was still to get them out. I wonder if she pitched it, got people to think real deep about it, good at it. But then when they went to Tribal, if that hadn't happened, I think he still might have gone home. I'm done.
I mean, you still are always pushing for somebody to play their idol, even if they're safe. You still want to flush idols as much as possible. I did want to point out, because we haven't talked about this yet, but all of the boomerang idols are not boomeranging, clang-a-langing to anybody.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I would think, oh, wait, who gave Ozzy his idol? Because Ozzy and Rizzo have it. Who gave them their idols?
Genevieve.
So
Genevieve's gone. So
yeah, she's gone. So yes, they can't boomerang back to her at all.
So yeah, they're dead idols. Getting her out was amazing.
And that was from Christian and Devins.
Yeah.
And then they're the ones that made her use it, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, because they could have just voted her out. But we asked
I feel like they could have had a better plan with that. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
But when she used her idol, it was the reason that Devins then found the note to the fake hidden idol, because there was an idol that was back in play. Yeah. So I mean, I can
she kind of like orchestrated her own saving this week.
And kind of. So I think that's, but none of them boomeranged. Sorry, Billie Eilish. Write a song about it. We'll play it. We love it. But yeah, the boomerang, It does. It sounds like it would be a good song.
I just wish there were more idols. Like I kept thinking an idol might get found, but they're not even looking for idols, which is one of my favorite things to like see them doing. And so that is when Jeff said that we voted for idols. I'm like, where are they? Besides,
there's the 3 of them, but now one is burned.
Yeah. So what?
Because
now?
Aubrey's is gone. So if Aubrey has used her idol, it is out there somewhere. Devin knows that it's out there, but now Devins can go look for the idol because no one thinks they think he already has the idol. So he can actually find the idol because he knows it's out there and Christian is out there.
And that kind of feels like a boomerang because, you know, it's like the idol's gone, maybe a boomerang back to tribal council. And he found the clue about it. It was genius. It was mad genius. I'm gonna put some respect on his name moving forward, just so y'all know. I have not given Rick Devens enough respect these past few sessions that we've been together. And yeah,
I love Rick. I think of all the people, he's one of the most entertaining on the island. I love listening to him. I think he's funny. I would definitely go, like, if he invited me to a barbecue, I'd be there in a heartbeat because he'd be a blast, right? Emily, I don't know if I'd be at your barbecue. I think it would be vegan. I just wouldn't go.
I would go, Emily. I bet you're flipping those burgers the way you're flipping your mind in this game.
But Devins is one that I would totally love to hang out with. I think he's a blast. I mean, the Wizard of Oz crew, the Cerise, whatever they said it.
Cerise Wizard of Oz.
Cerise Wizard of Oz. I would go to see all of that. Like I think they would all be a blast. But here's the other thing. I do watch them out and about later on after the filming, and those 3 definitely, especially Rizzo and Suri, I see a lot together on things. And so that just makes me understand how true of a bond those 2 actually had out there. And I think that's really, really cool because they've already said it, she's one of the most epic, influential players that this game has ever seen. And here is Riz God doing his crazy stuff, the brand newbie, the most recent one. And he's connected with her in such a way that it gives me hope for the future of what we're going to see. We're going to wrap things up. I want to get your picks on who's going home. Will Brandon Copper Kettle ever get off of the hammock? And I think next week's going to bring Lara. I'm going to start with you.
Next week, I think that Aubrey is in a rough spot. I also don't think that Jonathan is in too great of a spot. I mean, I know he's with Joe and Stephanie, but he is a huge challenge threat that he's so big. He's a huge challenge threat in these individual challenges. And I think he could be in some trouble as well next week. I think Devins is pretty safe with his play this week. Everybody's going to think he's got that idol, and I think they're going to choose to go after somebody else instead. I think that the votes are going to kind of push somewhere else. Emily, I go back and forth on because so far her antics haven't gotten her in trouble, but then I also think that her trust level with everyone has just continued to go way, way down. So I don't think she's in a really good spot either moving forward. Unless she, flip-flopping, ways or whatever going. But yeah, I think that those are my picks for who's not in a good spot. Aubrey, Emily, and Jonathan.
Okay, that's fair. I see Fuqua saying Emily and Devins. Now I'm gonna go the opposite side here, and I don't think that's gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen is I'm gonna see Aubrey and Rick kind of solidify their duo that they had today. So I think Aubrey, Rick, they've got Christian, so that's 3 people right there. I think they've got Ozzy still, and Ozzy's got Suri, and Suri's got Rizzo. So I think if we look at that, we got a pretty solid voting block. With that in mind, they're gonna look to take out strength so that they have a better chance, because these people are only going to win if they figure that out now. and start getting out the people who have strength. You guys see the challenge that's coming up. That is a strength challenge. They are not going to win it, except for Ozzy. Ozzy will win it. But anyway, the rest of them are not going to win it. So with all that in mind, I think that Emily and Devins are safe. I'm sorry, Fuqua. I'm going to go opposite of you on this one. But I think that Jonathan is on the block, and I don't think it's going to be a double eviction. So I'm going to put my own vote on Jonathan.
I have to agree with you. Jonathan is my pick of the week. I think his time has come. I think he's trying to play a bit of a different game. I don't think it's the right game for Jonathan. I think he's become a bit abrasive with people, and it's not sitting well. Not that I want him to just shut up and take it. I don't believe that's the right move for him. But puppies. But I also don't think it's the right. I don't think it's the right thing for Jonathan. I think people want to love and adore him as the big teddy bear that can do so many things. And I think he needs to lean into that and use some of his stuff instead of being the aggressor. So I think I've seen this little bit of aggression with him and the way he's talking with people. And I think that's doing him no favors whatsoever. So Jonathan is my pick. But if they do go with 2, I will think actually Emily could be, if she keeps screwing up. Dee made one mistake and she was gone. Now I know she was a winner. They already had her in mind. That was fine. Yep. But she did screw up and she opened her mouth and that cost her everything. And that's why she went. That was the tipping point with it's her time now. I think she was always going to go, but I think that pushed her to the front of the line of, oh, we need her gone now. Right. Because she's spreading things and she's not to be trusted. So I think that's what Dee's problem was. So now I look forward. I think if Emily does anything more, Christians, they're all going to be like, we can't afford to have her open her mouth. She is a detriment to us. Unless they learn how to use that to their advantage, she's going to be. So Jonathan and Emily are the 2 that I just think Emily's going to get herself in trouble again because there's a lot of stuff brewing and Emily's the sounding horn that's going to go around and say the stuff. So that's my pick for the week. I don't know if we've ever going to get Copper Kettle off the hammock, but that's okay. We appreciate it. Laura, fan of the week. We love having you on. You gave us so much today. We appreciate you. Ladies rule the internet today. Yes. That's right.
Girls Club
today. We'll see you guys. This is our new time. We do have an event coming up Monday night. It is at 9 p.m. Eastern. Brandon and I believe Bentley are going to be doing a special episode. I'll be there, maybe pop in. I'm not sure. It'll be after a busy, long day, so I may not be up for it, but I will be there pushing all the buttons and running the background production. We'd love to see you there. Same channel.
Are they doing another challenge? Can you give us just tell us?
I am not certain what the challenge is that they are doing, but I do believe they're doing something. Brandon, he's always got something up his sleeve, a haiku or 2. We will find out. But thanks everybody for being here. Johnville, as always, such a pleasure. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks everybody. Bye.